Hey, good morning, folks. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am back here on my Facebook business page. You might be watching me in archive either on Facebook or on YouTube. I have a couple of things I wanted to share today. First of all, a follow-up to what we talked about yesterday as regards to this week's blog post, Reading Tarot Out of Order. The idea that we don't need to read the cards in the order that we pull them out, in the order that we draw them or deal them. Hey, Vijayetta, nice to see you here. So I got an interesting comment on my Facebook, on my YouTube, when I posted it on YouTube, someone who really enjoyed the idea of reading cards out of order, but assumed that in a numbered positioned spread, you have to read the cards in order because they're numbered that way. So what am I talking about? A numbered position spread would be any spread where the positions are listed by number. Card 1 means this, card 2 means this, card 3 means this. So my answer to that question in the comments on the video is one I wanted to share with you here because I think it's really important. When we do a numbered positioned spread, and that's a lot of spreads, that's your Celtic cross spread, that's pretty much any position spread, because we will typically number the cards so we know which card is which, right? The numbers are to tell you which card is which when you lay them out, the order in which to lay them out, not necessarily the order in which to read them. You can read them card by card, and that is a very good technique, but you don't have to. So in no situation should you feel that you have to read the cards in order. And sometimes it makes a better story, it makes a better reading if you don't. So I just wanted to clear that up. Let me say hello to some people. Lori, Dawn, Rogerio, Irene, good to see you guys here. Okay, so second announcement. I want to remind you guys that on YouTube tomorrow, Sunday the 19th, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, I will be doing a live free tarot webinar. And I will do a couple of readings, but let's not get pushy here, you guys. I will do a few readings. But did I say I'll do one card or a few cards? I didn't say yet. I'll let you know what I'm going to be doing in a minute, but I have registered that, Dawn, you have now requested twice for a reading, so you must have a burning question, huh? So if you have a burning question, why don't you go ahead and ask it? Because that's I'll bring you around here to what my announcement was. My announcement is about my webinar tomorrow, which is the 4 elements and the major arcana on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Christiana Gaudet, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So do the math wherever you are. I hope you can and will join me. It will absolutely help. Okay, so maybe we should do maybe we should talk a little bit about how to phrase a question. When asked for a question, how to phrase a question for a tarot reading. To just say love life or family or career is not a question. Ask a question. So let's talk about, first of all, why am I doing the 4 elements and the major arcana? Because so often we talk about the 4 elements vis-a-vis the minor arcana and how the 4 elements inform the 4 suits. And that is a really important study. But it's also important to think about the elemental association of each of the major arcana cards, because that helps a great deal as well. So I hope you will join me on YouTube. If you are not a subscriber of my YouTube channel, I hope that you will subscribe. Christiana Gaudet on YouTube. Join me tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's New York time. The webinar will be about an hour and 15 minutes, and there is also a class handout that you can download, and it's all free, and it'll be a lot of fun. So I do have time for a couple of readings. What I want is I'd like you to ask a complete question, and what I want to do today is show you how much the 4 elements will inform the reading. So I want to try to do these readings with an elemental style and focusing on the elements to show you this technique. I am using the Hanson-Roberts deck, and Dawn's question, here's a great question. Will my career transfer work out in February? So I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. What does transfer work out mean? Does that mean they're going to take work away from you and give it to someone else? Does that mean they're sending stuff overseas? I'm going to ask you to rephrase that question because I just don't understand. I'm not trying to be difficult. I just don't understand what that means. There might be a cultural difference between UK English and American English. But what does transfer work out mean? If you could explain that to me, I will be happy to answer the question. And I am ready to take any other questions. Here comes Andrea. Will we be moving in 2020 to a home around water? So that's so interesting because, of course, I'm curious. So do you want to move to a home around water? Let's take a look and see. Let's take a look and see. Okay, here we go. Moving in 2020 to a home around water. So the first card up is an air card. It is, and yes, you do want to move to a home around water, and I can understand that. I like to live near the water too. So the first card is okay, Juliana, you don't have to yell at me. Come on. I'm afraid I don't speak Spanish. I saw it the first time. I wasn't going to interrupt my thought in order to answer your question. I do apologize. I am only monolingual, and I apologize. But you didn't have to yell a second time. Okay, now, 3 of Swords. It's an air card. And air reminds us to look at the mental processes. What are you thinking? But you know, the funny thing about some of the air cards, some of the Swords cards, is they really make us feel. Like this 3 of Swords really speaks to a lot of feelings. So that could be that this journey toward making this move, finding this home, may be a little difficult, Andrea. Do we think it will happen? So I've pulled 3 more cards, and the next card was also a 3. And that's the 3 of Wands, which is a card of success. So we go from air to fire, from thought to action. And so I do believe that this can happen for you, Andrea. It may be difficult, but it's worth pursuing. And we also see that journey from air to fire, from thought to action, showing up in these other 2 cards I pulled, where we have the 8 of Swords, which is about being bound up in our thinking, but then the Queen of Wands, where again we see success. So, short answer, yes, I think you will, Andrea, but my whole goal here is to show you some elemental style reading. Now, my workshop tomorrow is going to be primarily about the elemental associations of the Major Arcana and how that informs our understanding of the Major Arcana. But in doing readings here today, I am making a specific focus on the 4 elements as they appear in all the cards. And so for those of you who are tarot readers, I want you to really think about incorporating that in your understanding of the cards. Okay, very good. Dawn, okay, transferring me to a new service for my work. Thank you for clarifying that. So you're wondering if you're going to get a job transfer, doing something different in your work coming up in February. All right, let's take a look and see what we see for Dawn. And I'll let you know I've got limited time. I've got folks coming into the office for a reading in not too long. Got to get cleaned up and ready for them. So I'm only going to be able to get to a few people today, but I thank you guys so much for being here with me. Okay, very good. So for Dawn, okay, so the first card is a fire card, and fire can very often go along with work because of the motivation and the action of it, but it's the Five of Wands, which can speak to some conflict. So it can be perhaps you're conflicted about whether or not you want this. It can be that the powers that be that would be making this transfer for you, Dawn, aren't sure yet that it may or may not happen. So let's see what else we see here. The Star. So again, we're working with fire and air. So my question to you is, do you want this transfer? With the Star, I would have to say if it's something you want, if it's something you hope for, it's likely to happen and is likely to be a good thing, but there may be some hitches on the way through. All right, very good. Let's take a look and see what we see. Okay. Jeannie, how will my life change after attending this year's Reader's Studio? So first of all, congratulations for going to Reader's Studio. You know, these tarot conferences are so very important. So very important. We should all get to as many conferences as we can. How will your life change after attending this one? Let's take a look and see. Okay, so we have an Earth card, the Nine of Pentacles. I think, this is going to help you become more confident in yourself as a reader, in your understanding of your own skills and abilities. It's going to help you develop your skills and abilities. And so what a perfect card. And the thing is, Jeannie, if you are a professional reader, and I believe that you are, with this Earth card, it's going to help you build your business. Your confidence will help you build your business. Okay, TK, your life in 2020. Okay, and again, we are practicing elemental readings here today. So let's take a look and see what we see here. For TK, okay. Again, an Earth card, the Knight of Pentacles. 2020 will help you find your way in regards to the element of Earth. It will help you sort out where your job is going to be, where you're going to live, and get your finances on track. So I hope you can see how much the elements help in our interpretation. And TK, I'll look forward to seeing you at tomorrow's astrology class. I am really looking forward to that, I gotta say. Okay, Rogerio. Will I succeed in staying in the house I'm living in now until the end of 2020? Let's see what we see. We are doing elemental readings today in celebration of my free tarot webinar on the 4 elements and the Major Arcana on my YouTube channel tomorrow. So let's see what we see for Rogerio. Ooh, the Magician. It's a Major Arcana card. Can you guess what element the Magician is associated with? You'll learn tomorrow in the webinar, but I'll tell you today it's air. The Magician is air, and very specifically related to Mercury, mercurial air. And that's interesting because the Fool is also air, but he's Uranus, Uranian air. The same, but different. And we'll talk about that all in the workshop tomorrow. I hope I piqued your curiosity. So for you, Rogeria, If you put your mind to it, if you communicate appropriately, yes, you will. You have the tools, the skills, and the abilities you need to be able to do this. Okay, very good. Let's see what we got going on right now. Okay, Lydia, what do I need to know right now? And I'm going to get to as many people as I can. I have a hard stop in about 6 minutes, so if I don't get to you, I apologize. But I'm really trying to get on here and do more lives because I'm having so much fun doing this. So if I don't get to you today, I hope to see you again. Okay, very good. Lydia, what do I need to know right now? The 10 of Swords, again, we're doing elemental thinking. So the 10 of Swords is this like so much thinking, so much air. You are probably overthinking things. You probably need to know less, not more. You need to really prioritize, figure out. Oh, and so I pulled another card, and it's the Ace of Swords. So it's all about the air. Let's put these two things together. Lydia, you need to figure out what's real, what's not, what's important, what's not, what the priority is, what's not, what's true, what's not. That's what you need to know. Okay, very good. Let's see what we got going on here. Dawn, how is my life going? Okay, Pentacles, Earth. Dawn, you need to be paying attention to the practical matters. Health, wealth, grounding, where you're living, doing what you need to do. You got the 5 of Pentacles, followed by the 10 of Wands. You may have to do a lot. With the Wands, you're going to have to spring into action and do a lot to fix some practical issues in your life. You can do this. You should do this. If you do it, you will have a better outcome. Okay, Michelle, just got out of the hospitals. Can you please pull a card for me? That's not a question. That's a statement and a request. I'll do it, but understand I'm extrapolating the question from that. The question, of course, is how are you going to be now that you're out of the hospital? So let's take a look and see what we've got. Okay, Earth, which makes sense having to do with taking care of the physical. The 4 of Pentacles. You may not feel well. You may feel short on time, money, energy, all of that. And the important thing is self-care. You have to take very good care of yourself right now. Okay. Erica, will I find my true destiny and be truly happy? Man, that is such an interesting question. You know, I could spend the rest of my time here. Well, I only have a few more minutes anyway, but I could spend a long time talking about what does it even mean to find one's true destiny? Do we have a true destiny? Is that even a real thing? And is being truly happy actually a goal? Is it a goal any of us should have? Or is happiness the product of a life well lived? Do we have a destiny? Or is it all about free will? So many questions from that question. I don't even know how to answer that question with tarot because I would have to buy into your idea that you have a true destiny. And I'm not sure that people really do. And I would have to buy into the idea that true happiness is the goal. And I'm not sure that it really is. So this is a great teachable moment because how do you take a question like that if you don't buy into those belief systems and do a reading on it? So I'm going to have to turn that into for Erica. Susan likes it. I'm going to have to turn that into Erica. Clearly, Erica is on a path looking for something. What does Erica need to know as a seeker? You know, there's the question. And the answer is 3 of Cups. Life is what you make it, my friend. This is about water. This is about emotion. It suggests to me that you are really struggling emotionally, that right now you're not happy. And right now you don't know even what you want or how to look for what you want. But I would not over spiritualize that, thinking that there is some great spiritual answer, that there is some great destiny. Don't worry about finding true happiness in the future. Learn how to be happy right now. And the way to do that really might be about finding like-minded people, finding a community that feels supportive, finding people to talk to, and start with that. So folks, I want to thank you so much for your time and attention here today. We have talked about, Erica likes it. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Thanks for going through that process with me and for giving us all a really interesting moment of connection and discussion. So what have we learned today? We have learned that even when doing a numbered position spread, you can read the cards out of order and may find a more effective reading. We have learned that I am doing a webinar Sunday, January 19th on my YouTube channel. Christiana Gaudet. Would love to see you there, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the 4 elements and the Major Arcana. We have done readings using the elements of the cards as a focus, and I'd love to see you all practicing that. And we've also had a great existential conversation around destiny, life's meaning, happiness, and what it all means. And that's why we work with tarot, because we are constantly pondering what it all means. Thank you so much for being here. Hope to see you tomorrow on YouTube. And for those of you who are signed up to come to Mary Ellen Collins' astrology class here in Palm City tomorrow, 3 p.m., hope to see you there. And I hope to see you all soon. Remember, I am available for mentorship, for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, and here in person in Palm City. Just reach out. I will look forward to seeing you. Oh, and Marion, you've made my day. You're going to be there tomorrow. I'm so glad. Lori, thank you. Lydia's going to be there tomorrow. Lydia, am I pronouncing your name right? I'm just doing that J into Y thing because it feels right, but please correct me if I'm not doing it correctly. So glad you're going to be there. Look forward to seeing you all. Thank you so much.